morning, everyone. We're so glad to be with you on this Sunday morning. I'm Michael Gale.
And I'm Jennifer Russell. Let's open up this service. I'm opening up in sweet surrender. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Oh, let's come right into our hearts here, feeling that openness in sweet surrender. Thank you, beloved I am that I am. Oh, yes. And now let's open our hearts to each other. Good morning. I love you and I bless you with freedom.
Greetings, Kathleen Benjamin here, your practitioner of the day. I have the affirmation to share with you. It is beautiful and it's powerful. Take it with you and live it during the week. Here we go. I know and live in divine freedom, and every day I take action and share that freedom with the world. Powerful. Again, I know and live in divine freedom, and every day I take action and share that freedom with the world. It's so powerful. Share it with the world. I know and live in divine freedom, and every day I take action and share that freedom with the world. Greetings and welcome to the gift that is today. My name is Kathleen Benjamin, and I'm a licensed practitioner of Centers for Spiritual Living. Here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we are actively co-creating a world that evolves through the power of service, prayer, and play, a world that works for everyone. We celebrate all paths that lead to the recognition of the divine. We honor shamanism as a path of the inward journey and soul travel. We honor Hinduism as a path of recognizing the divine in each person. We honor Judaism as a path of law. We honor Taoism as a path of recognizing the perfect order and balance of the universe. We honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and peace. We honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. We honor Islam as a path of constant prayer. We honor Baha'i as a path recognizing the oneness of all religions. We honor New Thought as a path of healing and the power of the mind. We honor you and the path that brought you here today. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to this moment. Welcome to this invocation time in service. My name is Kathleen Benjamin, and I'd love for you to join with me in gratitude and appreciation by taking part in this invocation. So let's join in as we close our outer eyes for a moment and we turn inward. Inward to the power and the presence that I call God, that is also called Yahweh, that is called Jesus, that is called Christ consciousness, that is called love, that is called Mother Earth, Father Sky, that is the Alpha, the Omega, Spirit, universal awareness. And there was even a time when the name could not be uttered. And so we unite in this field of awareness, in this field where there are our ancestors joining us, where the angelic realm is joining us, where Paramahansa Yogananda is joining us, where Krishna is joining us, where all of those who have gone before us are, in this infinite realm of the all-knowing presence of the infinite one. So we lean into this unified field of awareness, knowing that we are one with the one and that something wonderful is happening here. As we align with our true nature that has never been hurt or harmed, that is infinite love, that is joy, that is peace, that is the allness. How grateful I am to be right here, right now, recognizing and knowing this vast love, this divine abundance, this infinite creativity, this divine freedom, this freedom that has no bounds, divine freedom, emotional freedom, spiritual freedom, physical freedom. And we are free from small ideas as we are in divine freedom. We are free from anything that keeps us withheld. Divine freedom, love, joy, divine freedom, the God quality, true freedom, freedom to expand our consciousness, freedom to choose, freedom to love, freedom to thrive, freedom to create, divine freedom. How grateful I am to know this truth as we prepare ourselves for this message that's coming forward from Reverend Kristin. We open our fertile hearts and our souls to receive this message. I know from hearing it, we will be changed. We will be inspired. We will be transformed by the music and the message that is today's service. I am so grateful to be able to experience and express the infinite as my life. I know that if it's true for me, it's true for you, that you are that place in the universe that can only be expressed as you are, expressing God as your very life, as your body temple, as your thoughts. Today is a celebration of divine freedom, divine expression, divine love. And I just stand in gratitude of being one with the one. How grateful I am to be able to receive this boundless good, this infinite abundance, this eternal love. So for this and so much more, I say thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Ashe.
1, 2, 3. There's only light. We are the light. There's only light. We are the light. This is the truth and the beginning of everything. You are the light from the great sun. I am the light, born of the one. This is the truth and the beginning of everything. Light flows from one source. It cannot be divided. Light is everywhere, in all places, at the same time. There's only light. We are the light. There's only light. We are the light. This is the truth and the beginning of everything. There's only light. We are the light. There's only light. We are the light. This is the truth and the beginning of everything. You are the light from the great sun. I am the light, born of the one. This is the truth and the beginning of everything.
Welcome. Good morning, everybody. This is Reverend Kristin Kephart, and I'm the spiritual director here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. And I welcome you to our service. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Thank you, Kathleen Benjamin, for being our practitioner of the day. Your prayer was powerful. And as always, to Michael and Jennifer, thank you for the fabulous music. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I am coming back from taking a few days off, and I just want to say I'm actually kind of proud of myself, and I'm gonna share some of my experience with you. So we're in the midst of a pandemic, and my idea of a getaway looked different this time because I didn't want to stay in a hotel. So I did something completely out of my comfort zone. I took an experience from the past 30 plus years ago that was miserable, and I've just made it my story my whole life. And it's about camping, that it's blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I decided that I was going to try camping again, alone camping by myself and my two little dogs, and have a different experience. So, my past, your past, when you use this teaching, your past doesn't have to be in your present. You can create a different reality. So I packed up and we took off and went somewhere close. So if for some reason I did recreate the misery from my past, I could get home. But anyway, we get out there and we're camping, and I wanted to uh, be out with nature. I wanted to be connected, even though I know we all know we're always connected with spirit. But there's something about getting your feet in the dirt and me sitting with the mighty, mighty oak tree. Love oak trees. So I went camping and I was able to build a fire, and I was able to do this and I was able to do that. I had a couple things that I forgot, but I ended up making through, and it was fine. But this experience gave me a sense of freedom that I haven't felt um, this year, actually, going through um, the move of our center and the pandemic and blah, 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 all that stuff. For me to take a breath and walk away and sit. And actually, I was on Chumash land um, and at a lake, and it was amazing. And I'm sharing this also to say that my experience was 180 degrees different. Absolutely, I'm in love with the idea of being able to get out and go and not have to be around a whole bunch of people, and I can remain socially distancing, etc. So that's that. And let's see, I decided halfway through to extend my stay. So I actually had to move my campsite. I had to move my tent. And my tent only showed up a half hour before I was to leave. So I didn't get a chance to set it up and test it out before I left. Once I got up there, I had the right idea, but for one person, it seemed, even though it said one person could set it up, it was a little more difficult than that. So I asked for some help. I reached out with my face mask on and I said, could you help me with this? And these two gentlemen, they're very nice family, said, sure. So they came over, set us up, and we were good to go. A couple days later, I'm like, oh, easy to take down, but I was holding up resistance, saying, I don't think I'm going to be able to put this up. And so I went into prayer and I just said out loud, however it happens, I know that the outcome is that the tent is going to be up and it's going to be easy, and it's just going to be in the perfection that we know life is, in that perfection. So I drove over there, and there was also a part of me that wanted to set it up by myself. So we drove over, got the stuff out, and then all of a sudden this teenage boy runs over and, ma'am, can I help you with that? And I'm like, oh no, I'm good. I want to try to set this up by myself. And he's like, okay, well, let me know if you need help. So I get all the poles up or in, and I was trying to stand the thing up, and that's where having more than one person helps. And the next thing I know, my prayer was answered, and I had to remind myself to receive it. There were now 5 teenagers saying, can we help you with that? Can we do that for you? And I looked up and I just went, yes, please. That would be lovely. So I talked to the 2 moms while they finished setting it up, and my prayer was answered. It was easy and effortlessly. So the freedom that we're going to talk about today is being free at last. So for me, being able to get out there with nature and truly just be with myself, the higher presence within myself, and then the spirit outside. We're all one, but you know, the components that make up the one. And to sit and be in that. And for years now, I've talked about, Ernest Holmes says, freedom is our birthright, that we are born into this time and space to be free, to be free of bondage, to be free of anything that constricts us, and that we learn how to do that and be that freedom by connecting with God and communing with God and strengthening that relationship, and that being your first relationship, your solid relationship with yourself, and then next with God, and that you walk with, in, and as spirit or God in each and every moment of your time on earth. And with that comes freedom, or it's a type of freedom. So that's the number 1. Number 2, I took a little bit of light reading with me while I was camping, White Fragility, and I'm going to read a part of this because it fell out of my car this morning, and I opened it up, and I felt that this might be good to share, because part of this idea of being free at last is that we're all connected, as we know. So we have our brothers and our sisters and our siblings, and we're all connected, and we all, freedom is our birthright. All. It's not some, it's all. So bear with me with this, and be, you know, as I would say last year, let's be above the line with this. Be open, have your ears open, and just listen to what this says before, without trying to put up guards or say I'm not that or blah blah blah. Just listen to the words. Okay? Listen to the words. We have a simplistic understanding of racism. The final challenge we need to address is our definition of racist. In the post-civil rights era, we have been taught that racists are mean people who intentionally dislike others because of their race. Racists are immoral. Therefore, if I am saying that my readers are racist, or even worse, that all white people are racist, I am saying something deeply offensive. I am questioning my readers' very moral character. How can I make this claim when I don't even know my readers? Many of you have friends and loved ones of color. So how can you be racist? In fact, since it's racist to generalize the people according to race, I'm the one being racist. So let me be clear. If your definition of racist is someone who holds conscious dislike of people because of race, then I agree with you that this is offensive for me to suggest that you are racist when I don't even know you. I also agree that if this is your definition of racism and you are against racism, then you are not a racist. Now take a breath, breathe. I am not using the definition of racism, and I'm not saying that you are immoral. If you can remain open as I lay out my argument, it should soon begin to make sense. Well, white fragility, Robin DiAngelo. It's worth getting, reading, being very uncomfortable, but recognizing by educating ourselves that we recognize that we're racist, that it is so built systemically in our system. It's Robin DiAngelo, by the way, that we are that it's so systemically in everything in America that it's time to dismantle it. It is time to not take away from anybody that already has freedom, but to open it up and make it freedom for all, because we are all connected. Freedom, rights, and responsibilities are built on the premise that we are all interconnected spiritual beings having a unique personal human experience, and together we are on a common journey. A journey that takes both place in both consciousness as well as the physical world. So what I'm saying is that when we all are born into this world, that spiritually we are here to be free. But when we're born into this world and humans get involved, that based on your race or your gender, that not everyone is free as everyone else. So I'm inviting you to once again read, get an understanding of all sides of how everybody's feeling here, and then you make your choice on your beliefs, which then you stand on those beliefs, and that's what you stand for and not against something else. So this idea of responsibility and action. So for me, my responsibility right now that I'm taking is I'm learning to be a better ally. I'm learning to be, to actually understand what I missed in history class. I don't know where I was in high school, but I missed some key things about how America came to be. And I love our country, don't get me wrong. I love it. I love where I live. I've lived in a different country, and I came back home because this is where I call home. So I'm in a time of educating myself. I'm in a time of going within and really questioning my beliefs all these years, and are they valid, are they true? Are they valid and are they true? Those are worthwhile questions to be asking. So once we figure out what our beliefs are, what we truly believe, and that we've gone through and done our personal work, that we turn around and we make sure that we're being a good force in this world, that we're standing for a world that works for everyone, if we believe our global vision. um, yeah, working towards a world that works for everyone. So lastly, freedom is a two-way street, and freedom must be shared. The freedom you enjoy must be given to everyone, regardless of race, color, creed, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. We cannot separate ourselves without losing something of our essence. Freedom is the ability to take full advantage of the power of our choice. Did you get that? Freedom is the ability to take full advantage of our power of choice. Rosa Parks once said, "I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free so that other people would also be free." So Rosa Parks, she had an amazing life, and her history, it's amazing. And her goal wasn't only just about her. It was how this is going to change, or the possible change going forward for other people. So being that light out there in the world, so people can follow you, or can ask you questions, or can be inspired to figure out what their true beliefs are and what they believe, and then take action. Because really, the bottom line of all of this, and the bottom line of science of mind, or religious science, is that it's all about responsibility and action. So if I take 100% responsibility for my life, the good actions and the not so great actions, that regardless, I'm taking responsibility. And then with that, forging change, walking down the same path, continuing to forge change, or recognizing this isn't the path for me anymore, and I make a change. But to be consciously aware, consciously connected with the divine within me, or the divine within you, completely connected, with your mind open, ready to expand to a higher level of consciousness, and then to say, what is, I have my freedom of choice. What is the next best pathway for me? Or what is the next best pathway for me that is going to change the world for the better for everyone? And then and then you choose, and then you walk down that path. Doesn't have to be, we're not all born into this world to be Mother Teresa, but we are all born into this world to learn and be able to do life with kindness and respect. Kindness and respect. Not hard. For some reason, it seems really hard to some people, but kindness and respect for my brothers, sisters, and siblings. So I welcome you into this path of freedom with me, this path of being free at last, this path of recognizing that there is a deeper sense of freedom that is within me and within you, that is bigger than I can even conceive in my mind of the idea of freedom. Freedom from bondage. No bondage, that I am free to be who I am, in this world. Got it? Yay. So take some time today and review your thoughts and beliefs around freedom and responsibility in action. So take some time today to think about your thoughts and beliefs around freedom, responsibility, and action. What could you do that would elevate your spiritual journey and in doing so, elevate everyone else? That's the takeaway today. What can you do? Awesome. It's been a pleasure being with you today. And together we say, and so it is. Okay, so let's go into prayer. Happy 4th of July, actually. Yesterday was 4th of July, and in my neighborhood, there were a lot of fireworks. Even though they said no fireworks, there were a lot of fireworks. But there weren't the large parties that I'm used to going to. So it was a quiet day, and I hope you enjoyed yours as well. So put your feet on the floor. Get yourself comfortable, and let's go into prayer. We do a five-step prayer treatment. First, I recognize that God is all there is, that the only thing happening here and right now is God. God, Spirit, Mother, Father, Allah, whatever you want to name it, the universe, that is the only thing that is happening right here and right now. And the beauty of that, the knowing of that, is freedom. The freedom to express and be. And the freedom to express and be, and that the creativity blooms out of that. And it is just a constant cycle, a ever growing, ever moving cycle. Step 2, I recognize that I am one with that one thing. That we all are birthed from that one thing. So I know that I am connected with Spirit, that you are connected with Spirit, that every single living thing is connected with Spirit. And that in that connection with Spirit, we are all interconnected with one another. So each and every person on this planet, I am in relationship with. Everyone is my brother, sister, or sibling. How good it feels to be in connection as one. Third step, I know or I claim. So I claim for everyone right here and right now today that we take on the action of freedom is our birthright. Freedom is our birthright, and we take a breath. And how good it is to know that I am one with that one, with the one, and that freedom is one of the qualities that I inherently own. So I stand in that freedom today. I stand with my responsibility in actions, knowing that my choices determine the next steps. So I step into a world where I see love and I know love. I step in a world where I see peace and there's peace. I step in a world right now where there is social action to be done to change so everyone on a human level can experience the idea of freedom, the freedom to be who we are in this time and space, and in this body in which I've been gifted. Number 4, giving thanks. I give thanks for this teaching. I give thanks for the science of mind. I give thanks for each and every person in this prayer today, because I am a better person because of you. you shine back to me divinity, and I see the God in you. And I give thanks to be able to have my eyes open wide to recognize that that is the truth. And fifth step, I let it go. I release this prayer of freedom, this prayer of action, this prayer of responsibility and being a good force in this world. And I know that each and every person involved in this prayer, that it's already been answered, that action has already happened, that God has already taken these words and the universe has said yes. So I know that on a prayer level, there is nothing else for each of us to do. So I simply just let go, let God, and as Ernest Holmes would say, and move your feet, treat and move your feet. And with that, we just let it go and let it be. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Until next time, I love you.
Please join us for this powerful congregational song, Use Me. Use me, oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, God so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you use me. Oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me. Oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. What a joy it has been to be with you today. Thank you, Reverend Kristin, for that message. It's wonderful. And thank you, Kathleen, for grounding us in prayer. And let's celebrate this wonderfulness that is flowing through us always as we close the service together.